everyone, welcome to the Babel Lib India Podcast, where we embark on a journey to explore the exciting world of self learning and educational empowerment. Babel Lib India is committed to revolutionizing the way we learn and grow, fostering a self learning ecosystem that encourages curiosity, creativity, and continuous development. In our pursuit to promote self study, we are delighted to bring you the stories of extraordinary individuals like Mr. Anas Khan, who have achieved remarkable feats through their dedication and perseverance. As we delved into the conversation with Mr. Anas Khan, a GATE exam qualifier and self study enthusiast, we hope to inspire and equip our listeners with the tools and insights needed to navigate the world of self learning successfully. So, join us to uncover the secrets of maintaining productive self study routines, overcoming challenges, and finding the right mentors and making informed choices between online and offline courses. Together, let's embark on a quest to unleash the full potential of self learning and empower ourselves to reach new heights in knowledge of personal growth. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of self study and discover the endless possibilities that await in the captivating realm of learning. So, welcome to Babel Lib India Podcast, your gateway to a world of self learning. Welcome, Anas.
Hi.
Am I just pronouncing your name correct?
Yeah, it's fine. Nice.
All right. So tell me, how are you for today?
So it's all good.
Okay. So happy to see you in the podcast. So for first question, I would like to our listeners will be waiting. So I would like to show you the first question, which is, can you tell us something about your experience of studying at KIIT College, with preparing for the GATE exam through your self-study? And how did you manage to maintain a balance between your college studies and your GATE preparation? And GATE is one of the toughest exams in India. So we would really like to hear from you about all this preparation and all.
So let's start with the KIIT College. So when I was in my second year, I started my preparation for the GATE examination. And a college was strict for regarding the attendance. Like they wanted 75% attendance, like at least. So I had to skip some classes, even though my college attendance was not 75 in the end, but it was satisfied. So the gate, yes. Coming to the gate question, uh, yeah, it was a tough journey, to be honest. It took me 15 to 18 months. And, yes, professors really helped me in the college itself. Three of them were very good. Like, I can name two or three. And then, yes, that's all. The key was decent college.
And how many hours did you give per day?
Uh, it was flexible, to be honest. Some days it was 6 to 8, some days it was barely 2 hours, and very few days I didn't even study for the gate exam because there were examination of my college itself. So yes, I would suggest instead of making a daily hourly study routine, you should go task wise. Like before starting with your day, you should have a list of tasks you have to complete it, and then just following it is more than enough.
Okay, got that. So self-study, like, which is a very hit topic, you can say, in the educational sector. बहुत सारे जो aspirants जो भी tough exams clear करते हैं through self-study, so that is really something which is quite inspirational, and जो सुनता है, they are like, wow, just through self-study, how is it done? There is a lot of curiosity involved, including myself, जो कि हमेशा question करता है, अच्छा, how exactly, what you followed, what you did. So tell me about self-study. Because self-study can be quite challenging, especially when you're preparing for competitive exam like GATE. So what were the major obstacles you faced during your self-study journey? And how did you overcome it? And what was the plan and what was the strategy that you built around?
So self study could be horrifying at the start, no doubt. Like when I was in my 10th, I had a tuition classes. When I was in my 11th, 12th preparing for JEE, that time also I was having a coaching classes. So, but when I was studying for GATE examination, one thing I realized is efforts are more important than those fancy coaching and classes. So once you are ready to put in efforts, and instead of just planning for a long term, like maybe 2 or 3 months, I would just plan for a week maximum. Okay, and if those things go smoothly, then I would continue the plan. And if it doesn't go, then I have to change few plans. The important thing is you have to get some mentors, maybe your seniors, maybe your professors. I would suggest you have good seniors, contacts with seniors. And it's 2023, there is Telegram and there is LinkedIn all over. You can just connect with them. You can just ask questions to them.
Absolutely,
And most
absolutely.
of
That's
them
very
do
important.
replies.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That they do replies. If you even if you just like spam them, two or three people, at least one
Emailing
of them
always,
would
cold
reply.
messaging always helps,
Yes,
not
yes,
doing big delivery.
exactly. At least one of them would reply, and you don't need two or three guidance. You just need
Exactly,
one good
exactly.
response. That's more than important, necessary. Yes.
So that's how you prepared it all by yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So many students struggle to stick with a routine during self-study. So could you share some tips on how you manage to maintain a consistent study schedule and stay motivated throughout the preparation process?
Okay, so coming up with a routine. The important part is, as I said before, don't start counting the hours of you are putting the efforts. Okay, start counting the task, the quality of the task, and the number of tasks you have done. Okay, for example, I could study 8 hours a day and still be like, nah, it's not a good day, to be honest. But I could actually just put in 2 or 3 hours and be satisfied with my work. So it's more important. It's more of a satisfaction than actually the counting the hours. So yes, go with the task, go with the quality of the task. And like if you make a plan for one day and think of continuing it for the whole of the year, it's of course not possible. Just make the plan for the next day that okay, I will be having 4 to 5 hours free. So I would just put in 4 to 5 hours for my gate. I would be having 2 hours, barely 2 hours. I would just put 2 hours of the effort. I'm having 8 hours. It's Saturday, Sunday. I have free time. I don't have any college activities. I don't have any project pending. So I may just put 8 hours on day for gate. Okay. And yes, that's all. Like you don't have to count the hours. You can just count the number of tasks. Okay, those at the early stage, I know it's very much normal that we all start counting hours. We all start ask how many hours should I put in for how many times. But yes,
It's
when
how
you
much
get the
effort
idea,
you put, how much brain you put into it,
right?
isn't it?
Uh, the hardest task I do in the morning, the first task, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. There was just stop.
Right.
Yeah, it is fine now.
So the hardest task you should do in the early in the morning. The first task you do should be the hardest task because you are more fresh and happy and motivated, and slowly you can go on to the easy task.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because at morning you're more energetic. Makes sense. Okay, so completing online courses can be a great way to supplement self-study. So, how do you validate that you had completed the courses effectively, and till how far do you think that's a good idea, or any specific strategies or tools you use to track your progress?
Uh, the best thing I would say is previous year questions. Okay. There were few subjects which I finished, and I was struggling on the PYQs. So I realized that something is wrong with my preparation strategy. Maybe it could be the videos which I've been following, or maybe it's just like I'm not doing it correctly. I need to practice more. Uh, but sometimes but finally when you understand that I'm going in this way wrong, you can just correct it yourself. So previous year questions are actually important. Once you are able to furnish those, then I think it's more than clear that yes, you are going on the right path. The previous year question are like actually the ultimate goals. Like all of the new questions which are actually produced uh, are just the slight transformations of those previous year questions. So if you are like good with them, you are right or you are on the right path.
Okay, okay, yeah, I think that's quite important. So, as you progressed in your self-study journey, did you seek guidance from like mentors, and what kind of, as you said, you did? So, how, what advice did they give you, and how did it help more in your journey?
So actually, there were two important people. First was Utkarsh Srivastava sir, who was an All India rank 135 in GATE 2021. And second was Vasif sir, who was 68, All India rank 68 in GATE 2022. I contacted both of them through Telegram, and they replied me, and they shared their numbers, and they like used to talk with me and motivated me. Uh, and they actually gave me a good advice that instead of just thinking of the long term, exactly, instead of thinking the long term, just think what you have to do in the next week. Okay, just make this plan and be consistent as much as you can. Okay, spend time, even if it's like a 1 hour, just spend time so that you are connected with your subjects. So that's the most important advice, is to be consistent. And yes, and follow good resources. Like one thing, one advice is that you may have different YouTube channels. Like I studied it through YouTube. You may have different YouTube channels for different kind of subjects. Okay, in computer science there are vastly majorly two type of subjects. One is like system oriented, and second is like programming oriented. So like system oriented, you can come in the computer architecture or operating system, or digital logic circuits, while the programming is DSA and other stuff. So for system oriented, I was advised for a specific different teacher, and for programming oriented, I was advised for a different teachers. So yes, that's important. Don't blindly follow one channel, one YouTube channel, or one resource. Try having, like, at least have two or three, and instead of just giving the examination or practice test, try to solve more of the previous questions, because yes, exactly, those are the right way. First solve the previous question and then jump to the practice questions or the coaching questions which you get.
Okay, okay. Now the most, like you can say, the most asked question of all time. Let's talk about the online versus offline courses. So, what factors did you consider when you choosing online and offline courses for your self study? And did you join a coaching, or what exactly you did, or what do you think is more better, or it has its pros and cons? So, what do you think about everything? Just share your perception. We want to know it.
So for online, of course, there are advantages for both of them, online and offline. But I preferred online was because of the flexible of time. Okay, for offline you will have to be consistent between those specific hours. But there's a huge probability that I may not be available, because since I'm a full-time college student. So for students who are like particularly enrolled in some universities, so they will never be having a lot of benefits through the offline coaching centers, because at some part of the another they would be busy at those times. So online was a flexible. Even if I wanted to watch a video lecture at 2 a.m. in the morning, I can do it. Like even if I want to in the afternoon, I can do it anytime. So I don't have to particularly go with the timetable, because timetable could be very overwhelming. The thing is
Yeah,
that if you are not able to do a thing at a particular time, we would be like feeling like कल करते हैं इसे, कल से start करते हैं. We would start procrastinating those stuff. So yes, online would always help you for flexibility in time, but it also has disadvantage, like you may not be motivated for a particular for a long period. Like so, the better thing is have online coaching classes, and be connected with those who are preparing for the same examination, so you keep
mhm,
motivated at the same time. Yes.
that's important. But then while exploring online courses, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the vast number of options online available. As you said, a YouTube channel might be good, other might not be good. So, what criteria did you use to evaluate and select the most suitable online courses for your GATE preparation?
So the thing is that instead of just seeing that which is better than other, I would just suggest you to watch any of them. Okay, the one which is with a decent likes. Okay, that may not be the it, even if it's not paying, it's an unpaid like free videos. Just go through it. At least at the end of the day, you are learning something. And then when you judge yourself that how much I've understood, like with any of the criterias, like the PYQs, as I mentioned below, so you maybe feel okay, I am lacking in at those particular topics. So just now note those topics down and just search for them. Okay, I know can be overwhelmed, but yes, once you get used to it, how to handle those things, it will be quite simple. And secondly, always ask your mentors and your professors, or all of your any of them, seniors that from where did you study these subjects? Okay, and they would tell you, okay, I watched from this and this, so just follow them. Yes, after like at least after watching 2 or 3 videos, okay, you would understand that is that professor, is that teacher, or is that YouTube person is good for me for the whole of the rest of the chapter or not. You will get a rough idea, and that's more than enough. Instead of just comparing, is this YouTube better than this, and this channel better than that, I would just say just follow at least one thing, and just check by yourself whether are you satisfied or not.
It's a great point, actually. It's all about how you understand it. It can be good or bad, but it depends on you, how you grab it. Good point. Okay, so as you said, management has been always challenging. So why don't you share some tips regarding time management? Plus, why don't you tell us that, because this is so overwhelming to handle a full time being a student and then preparing for gate. So there has been times when you're quite occupied, always study, 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 and you feel a lot of burnout. So you have to keep a balance between both. So tell me how you managed your time. What are the tips that you would like to give? Plus, how you handled your burnouts as well. How you handled that kind of frustration when you have your studies. How you kept yourself motivated, or you kept your mental state at peace. Tell me.
Okay, so coming to the time management, is you have to first of all understand is that you won't be able to give 100% of yourself each and every day. Okay, this thing you have to understand it. So maybe you are able to give a 40% of yourself, maybe you are giving 60% of yourself, or maybe you are giving 100% of yourself. So
All days are not same.
in a week, yes, in a week, try to do at least give at least a good amount of time, at least 2 days in a week. Okay, the rest of the 5 days it can go normal, and 1 or 2 days if it goes bad, it's okay. So when you are having a lot of tension of your college, a lot of stress about your projects, then yes, you can just do revision instead of learning new stuffs. On the days like Saturday, Sunday, when you're free, with fresh mind, you can start something new. You can start making notes of what you have learned. You can start practicing questions. But when you are like burned out, like you are like stressed out, I would suggest do the revision and do something you are strong at, so that will not make you overwhelmed.
Easy for your
Okay, when
brain to grab it, right?
yes, when you feel like okay, I'm burned out, I'm like depressed, I'm self-doubting myself, go with the easy stuffs. Like for example, in GATE there was one topic, general aptitude. People ask me how did I prepare for it. I would say I didn't prepare it like I prepared other subjects. I prepared it only when I felt like overwhelmed, I felt like self-doubting. I started doing all those questions because those are simple and yes, it motivates me.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a quite strong point, actually. So, lastly, what advice you would like to give to students considering for self-study? And because self-learning is always and has always been great impact in, be it any entrance examination or anything, just normal college or anything in life, even if not just entrances. So, anything it is. So, what advice would you like to give? How self-study has been always crucial, and what advice you would like to give?
I would say focus on onion peeling method. Okay. How we peel onion, we peel it layer by layer. In that exact manner, we should not go in too much depth for each and every subject. Okay. First, make its base strong. Okay. Understand it layer by layer. Like for example, if I have 10 subjects and each of the subjects can be bifurcated in 3 parts, easy, medium, and hard. Instead of doing all easy, medium, hard for each and every subject, I would suggest go with easy, medium, then second subject, easy, medium, third subject, easy, medium. And while you are doing the easy, medium topics for the third subject, try to do hard topics for the first subject. So in that manner, you will keep parallelism, and yes, it won't make you stressed about, and this actually benefits a lot. Yes, go with breadth first search instead of depth first search.
So thank you, Mr. Anas Khan, for sharing an incredible self-study journey of yours. And your insights and experiences will undoubtedly help countless students to embrace self-study and excel in their academic pursuits. Plus, Babel India will also help the students,